Stop what you're doing, everyone. Miss Sierra Dunn flipped the entire Love and Hip Hop ADL storyline on its bloated baby bump head. So put down your drink and grip the nearest edge. Please pardon me, but was anybody ready for that news? It's lace fronts, lip gloss, and friendship conflict 1 minute. And then I'm pregnant and it's Young Joc's kid the next. Did we enter a parallel universe where Joc is continuously expanding his chaotic kingdom? Perhaps Sierra simply woke up and decided on a generational mess. Pregnancy announcements aren't just I'm having a baby when it comes to hip-hop and love, they're relational grenades thrown into already tense group chats. The internet is currently on fire. People are zooming in on previous flirtatious scenes, rewatching episodes, and gripping pearls, like, hold on, did Joc just shoot the club up at this point? And we're only beginning. Sweetie, this isn't just tea, so fasten your seatbelt. Secrets, controversy, and stretch marks are the scents of this simmering scandal stew. Alright, let's get into this sloppy masterpiece. Look, we've witnessed a lot of mayhem on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, including sister fights, wig pulling, side chick reveal parties, and cheating scandals. But this isn't just reality TV. Sweetie, what Sierra did just now, in stilettos, there is a national emergency. Let's set the scenario. Then, the females are sitting pretty. The atmosphere is tense. Through the screen, you can sense it. Life-supporting friendships. Like a boiling pot of Lipton without sugar, drama is simmering. And at the exact moment when everyone assumed Sierra would simply cry a little and head home. I'm expecting a child. Miss Sierra makes a joke while wearing a lot of cosmetics and having a stressed-out heart. And what do you know? There is silence in the room. Not a side eye. Not a whisper. The Botox faces are blinking in shock. And she exacerbates it just when people are beginning to comprehend that, much worse. It's Young Joc, young amp, an example of a father figure in action. Like their streaming revenues, a man literally collects children, a man with a withdrawal game worse than the acting of a reality star abilities. As you are aware, this ignited social media. Twitter crashed. Instagram. People are slicing into previous episodes. Taking a screenshot of Joc and Sierra's exchanges. Like, hold on, was that when it occurred? In that one scene, he caressed her shoulder for too long. This is more than tea, girl. This hot pot of baby mama soup is presented in a scandal bowl that is plated with gold. Because to be clear, Young Joc and Sierra weren't even formally dating. At least not in public. There were no adorable relationship pictures, no Instagram captions that said my man, my man, my man. And most definitely no indications that she was prepared to become a mother. Number that nobody even knows yet. Let's not pretend brand new. Sierra is no stranger to scandal. When she made that statement, the shockwaves went through the entire cast. And let's be honest, the internet and general were nuclear. It's not the first time. Traveling without pauses on the untidy train, let's take a moment to go back. Do you recall Chili's BK Brasso compared to a clearance rack at Target? That relationship contained more warning signs, considering the infidelity, gossip, that tumultuous split. And Sierra's viewers witnessed this girl's struggles, which included frequent crying and glitter makeup. And now, after grieving over heartache, she is expecting a child with the most well-known serial impregnator in Atlanta. It's not growth. This is a development of drama, or, if you will, a scandal glow. Not to mention that Young Joc has a bad record. This guy is essentially the South's Nick Cannon. Despite the numerous baby moms, never-ending conflict, and mysterious kids that appear like narrative twists, he manages to smile in every episode as if nothing had happened, never took place. Then why Sierra? For what reason was it love? Was the studio session late at night? Was it unresolved sexual tension and tequila? We might never be able to determine the precisely when Joc made that deposit. But we do know that the girl is expecting a child, and that Joc is the baby's father, and the internet is not doing well. Did Joc get a loyalty card at the maternity? People ask. Lord, is Sierra the season opener or the season finale? Do these folks no longer think condoms are necessary? These genuinely good questions, as this baby revelation is not only startling but also potentially career-threatening. Given all the drama surrounding these two plus, let's not forget, Joc is allegedly in a whole marriage, damaging friendships, destroying relationships, and destroying legacy. We're just getting started, so if you believe this was simply a haphazard pregnancy announcement to create some hype, Buckle in and get your prenatals on. Because of what transpired afterward, sweetheart. Things begin to go apart at that point. Sierra did not simply reveal the pregnancy, as was the case with Joc's previous relationship chronology. No, she had papers with her. We performed the blood and pee test. Every test. There's a baby inside. Everyone sat there blinking like bewildered emojis, stunned by the statement's violence, clinical assurance, and audacity. When even Carly Red doesn't have it, you know it's real. That woman had views about everything and had nothing to say. The room is trembling now, and whether she is pregnant isn't the true question. No, we think so. What is the actual query? Occurs right now. Joc will have to deal with a whole new chapter of baby mom drama if Sierra is speaking the truth. And let's face it, reality TV truth is about 40% truth, 60% plot. Additionally, we are well aware that his hands are literally full of nappies, court paperwork as well as alimony. This is where things become even more messy, though indeed, I am aware of your thoughts. What could possibly be more messy than this? Hold on tight, because shortly after Sierra's major revelation, guess what? A production worker unintentionally leaked. There's more. I see. Boom. Sierra makes a shocking revelation. She is expecting a child. The father is Yung Joc. However, only production makes a mistake when you believe the girls couldn't hold their pearls any more tightly. In a supposedly unintentional video that has since been inexplicably removed from VH1 servers, a crew worker is heard whispering into their microphone, "We got the paperwork." She's speaking the truth. No one is aware of paperwork such as DNA pre-registrations, court files, and medical records. However, the conspiracy theorist joined the conversation once that rumor became viral online. A fan wrote, "I zoomed in on her nails, the identical nails from a photo she shared in March, when she was glowing differently. Do the math." Another TikTok. "Joc was in Miami that week." "Alright, listen to me," Deep Diver said. Sierra and Joc, let's just say Sierra appeared satisfied. It was the type of touch that conveys the message, "We already did it." Another asserted that they exchanged text messages with Sierra. "I ain't want to tell nobody yet. It just happened," she allegedly stated to a close friend, "and now I have to deal with it. It took place." What is this, girl? A ticket for parking? Remember that Joc is married, or at least may have been. Tension between Joc and his current wife, Kendra, has been the subject of circulating rumors. The revelation of the baby may be the last nail in the coffin of that designer, according to the streets. Indeed, one Kendra has reportedly already moved out, according to a heated blog post. She was seen taking boxes out of what appeared to be their Atlanta condo in a blurry photo. Despite the fact that she is wearing sunglasses, admirers were certain that it was her. We wouldn't blame her, because that walk indicates, "I'm done with this clownery." A CVS receipt is shorter than Joc's baby resume. The man is essentially a walking advertisement for paternity tests. Thus, Sierra is enjoying the attention as Joc stays out of it. Wearing a form-fitting pink dress, she arrives at a brunch with the girls. Bump in plain view, drinking sparkling water as if she were that girl which, presumably, she is. Never having witnessed a secret, Carly Red refused to reveal, leaned in, and inquired, "Sue, are you keeping it?" Sierra gripped her purse, cocked her head, and declared, "This baby was sent to me. I'm done hiding." Suddenly, the girls burst into tears, embraced her, and pretended to be she wasn't simply roasted behind her back scenes. Reality TV is entertaining, but it's so phony it aches. Since the true problem exists online outside of the performance, let's not overlook the public's response. It was a battleground on Twitter. People picking sides as if they were the Super Bowl of poisoning. Supporters of Team Sierra suggested she should be happy. All Joc has to do is mature and take ownership of his child. She knew who he was, even as the critics weighed in. When he moves in the same way, don't be shocked. Then the wildcards entered the picture. There should be a spin-off show for this baby. In the building, Baby Joc, we even created a nappies for baby GoFundMe page. Which number is at risk here? It rose above $800 in a day before being removed. Joc apparently didn't think it was humorous. After that, the rumor websites took over, posting purported screenshots of Joc messaging someone, "She is tripping." It was not intended for this to be made public. A producer said that the pregnancy plot wasn't intended at Messy Mandy's claims. And VH1 is currently rushing to rework entire episodes. The drama is no longer limited to the show. It's consuming the BH cast, the spectators, the production team, and most likely a few naive cameramen, not to mention the club appearance controversy, which occurred on a Friday night when Sierra and Joc were seen entering the same Buckhead nightclub. Just when you thought things couldn't get much worse. Security personnel, distinct entrances, and weird energy. Joc was allegedly hired to host a night known as Daddy Season. We're serious. Sierra also arrived without warning. One club at a time published. There was a lot of stress. Joc seems to have seen a ghost. Sierra entered like a princess? She stayed for precisely 10 minutes before leaving. However, at least 3 distinct viewpoints were taken during that moment, and the footage was captioned with phrases like "Mother has arrived." It's that profound. Indeed. Everyone is now waiting. Silent Joc Mia Sierra, Joc's wife, posts affirmations and pictures of her growing baby bulge along with Drake songs. The public was ready to settle down when, all of a sudden, another source emerged. And in this instance, they delivered the entire kettle rather than simply spilling the tea. Just when you thought things couldn't get much messier. Listen to me now. Boom. When Sierra revealed that the baby bump wasn't just bloat from terrible sushi but rather a verified pregnancy. Things went awry, and the entire Love and Hip Hop Atlanta set moves into DEFCON 1. People were actually choking on their beverages. Somewhere in the distance, Wiggs was emotionally captured. According to reports, Little Joc dropped his dish of wings with lemon pepper. Why? Because he may be the baby daddy, according to rumors on the Fall Street. Yes, let that take it all. In we quickly proceeded from passing the spicy sauce to passing the DNA test. A very untrustworthy source claims that Joc and Sierra had a covert, sultry relationship. The source is a cousin of a buddy of a hairstylist who allegedly walked by Joc in a Kroger parking lot. And, honey, not just any situationship. Allegedly, this was occurring while he was still attempting to reconcile with Kendra. This isn't just a baby, if it's true. The franchise is embroiled in a major scandal. What is said to have been said by Joc upon hearing the news? Me? No, that really isn't my weight. The sound of the child support clock was almost audible. However, this is where the Messinsis really starts. This was unexpected by the production crew. They anticipated that the plot of this season will center on trivial drama, such as accusations of cheating, trivial disputes, or perhaps Scrappy feigning innocence once more. However, Sierra, according to insiders, producers hurried to re-edit episodes with emergency confessionals being taped in order to capture everyone's unfiltered feelings. Let me shake the table and break the whole foundation. We were filming a brunch scene, one crew member allegedly stated. As we were recording the Maury program, followers on Twitter went crazy. One user wrote, "Not Joc, getting his 20th child on national TV. He's going to need a reality show just for his baby mamas." Another commented, "Sear isn't slick, and she knew exactly what she was doing. She dropped that bomb like it was the BAT Awards." And listen, some people even speculate that Mona Scott herself may have planned this PR stunt. Some people think Sierra was given permission to change things up in order to increase ratings, and guess what? It worked. Overnight, ratings increased by 38%. You know, the Queen of Chaos and Cliff R's. The million-dollar fictitious question is Joc the father? Imaginary claims that documents stolen from a Buckhead private clinic show that a paternity test is still scheduled. And you know what? Joc reportedly asked 2 different laboratories to run the results. Why? Because I can't possibly believe a test that has the Love and Hip Hop logo on it. He reportedly made a joke, but Kendra is reportedly taking offense. According to sources, she yelled at a production assistant, rushed off the set, and hasn't been seen on camera since. I don't know, but one thing is certain. She isn't sticking around. That's it. Do you want drama? You're going to get sued, whether or not legal action is on the table. Here, another Love and Hip Hop alumnus who requested anonymity but sounded exactly like Mama D on the phone stated, "This is the kind of mess that makes Zeus Network around to play Steeman number 12. In a recently recorded confessional, Sierra is seen saying, "I know people going judge, but this baby is my joy, and if it's Joc's, I'm happy." Meanwhile, she's holding her head high, displaying those ultrasound pictures as if she just released a hit song. We're going to deal with that like adults, or at least adults on reality TV. Of course, some people don't believe the sincerity, suggesting that the entire situation is a publicity stunt based on the Joses Line Hernandez pregnancy. Remember when Joe's line claimed Stevie was the father and then had a whole DNA drama? Wrote one admirer. Mona switched the performers and repeated the plot. You guys aren't smooth. According to reports, Stevie J himself used a mysterious emoji on Instagram, only a baby bottle. That's all. The internet went crazy since there was no context or caption. Not to be overlooked though, is the one question that keeps coming up in everyone's thoughts like a cheap perfume on a party bus. What follows? There is going to be a conflict at the baby shower if we follow hip-hop tradition and love. Someone is going to show there without permission, and it's likely that Carly Red will pass out in a spectacular manner while clutching a mimosa. Knowledgeable Joc. It's likely that he will bring his barber, a new girlfriend, and a gift to the shower. Tension is already rising. It seems that next week Sierra, Joc, and Kendra were supposed to have a united sit-down. One insider said, at this point, Kendra responded, "Nope, she ain't filming. She ain't displaying. And she ain't about to be a side character in Joc's continuing I got too many kids tale." Point. Sierra's mother apparently rushed into town after the announcement because she learnt about it from a clip on Instagram Loops. That's how out of the loop some people are. Joc will need a family tree app just to keep track of his baby mamas during roll call. People were. It's tragic to witness your daughter's pregnancy reveal sandwiched between a cooking hack and a slime video. Sierra is currently being silent on social media. She said what she said and she's not backing down. But behind the scenes, the producers are reportedly already developing a spin-off special. Yes, you heard it here first. She posted cryptic comments like what's meant to be will be and God gives his toughest battles to his baddest queens. Early discussions including paternity test, video, baby bump, fashion episodes, and possibly even a Joc versus Kendra battle presented by Dr.